Welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring your girl, Senny J. And it's a ladies takeover today. We truly appreciate you all being here with us on this 1st of June. And it is a weird Wednesday. And it's currently 5 minutes after the hour. So we truly appreciate you all being here. Any way that you're listening to us, if you're on Facebook, we're live on Facebook right now as well as YouTube, so make sure you head on over to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team on those platforms. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow and share. We're also on iHeartRadio platforms, Apple Podcast platforms, so make sure you follow us on there as well. We have a great show for you today on this weird Wednesday. Mr. Shawn Harvey, our Capitan of this ship, is actually out today, but he should be back tomorrow. So make sure you stick around to see us then. And we have a great show for you today. You know, I'm going to bring you all the latest in entertainment and front page news. So make sure you stick around for that. Good morning, Barbi.
Good morning, Senny. How are you today?
Good morning, Barbi. I'm doing good. Let me change the camera angle over here. And we actually have an update for you guys. The birds, if you guys haven't been following or if this is your first time listening, first of all, welcome to the show. Second of all, we have birds that are right outside of our studio window. And there's 3 of them, and it's so funny because somebody from our chat room said that should be me, you, and Shawn. 3 little birdies in the nest.
Yes.
But now and they've just now like got their feathers and moving around and are bigger from last week, but there's only 2. So I don't know what happened from yesterday to today, but one of them is gone.
I think Tink was a casualty.
Yeah, and it's also hard because we're right by the street. Mm-hmm. So it makes me think if it tried to fly and then like maybe ended up in the street. You guys let me know. And I think I knocked the camera. Do we look sideways? If you see it on video, I don't know. I feel like we look sideways. Or maybe it's just me.
It looks fine.
Okay. Okay, girl. I feel like I look like I'm in a fun house and I'm falling to the side, but maybe that's just me.
Well, that camera, the monitor is kind of tilted a little this way.
Yeah. So maybe that's it. As long as you guys are fine with it, it is fine with me. So I will let you know what's going on with the birds. I'm going to put up another video. Mama bird is trying to feed them every time I go over there. I think like the present. Can they see? I don't know how birds can see, but
they have eyes.
When my body mass goes over there, that lady does not come over by me. And it's like, girl, your babies are here. You should try to save them too. She'd just be flying away. Like, nah, if you got to get them, you got to get them. So I'll let you guys know what's going on with that. Now, kind of, I guess, speaking on the topic of birds, because I kind of came in here, you know, Shawn kind of threw this on me. So I didn't really have anything prepared to talk about. I mean, I have my news and stuff like that, but that gets boring. So something for my morning buzz that I was actually thinking about yesterday. I actually think maybe I spent a little too much time thinking about it. So maybe I should just speak it to y'all so it gets out of my chest.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually when Shawn was driving me the other day, and there was like this spider on the ledge of his car, and I was like, oh my god, a spider. And I like jumped back, right? But because it was right there, I was like, all right, let me just like flick it outside, right? It was like a weird looking one. It was like black with white spots. I don't know. I hate spiders that are like that, but it was like really small, but it was still enough to freak me out. And he was like, I'm glad you took care of that. And I'm like, I was like, yeah, but I feel like I shouldn't. And I feel like, you know, personally, I think all men should just kill bugs. And then because it's kind of messed up. My son, when he was growing up, I like made him like kill like little bugs. Because, I figured I think that, most men, they're like fearless. They like just go and handle stuff. So I wanted to know if that was what is that, like a nature versus nurture thing? Like if this is something where men are just born with the ability to kill bugs, like men and boys, or is this something that is learned behavior? So I decided to test it out. And, when you're a little baby, like 2 years old, 3 years old, all that kind of stuff is, they get into bugs and stuff.
Right.
So I used to make him kill it, kill the bugs.
That's when you're supposed to start, when they have no fear.
And he would just do it. So he kind of got good at it. So he be killing bugs and he'll be like, that bug is not even that bad. But then, I just started thinking about what if I was with somebody and they didn't kill bugs? How would that make me feel? What would I do?
Right.
Would that be a deal breaker for me? And then I said, maybe, possibly, because then who's going to take over killing the bugs? And I mean, then I was like, I think that's a little irrational because how many times are you really going to have to kill bugs?
Right.
When you're with somebody? But it could be an argument if it does come up because I'm the type of person, I will just, if there's a bug somewhere and I'm unable to kill it, I will just leave it in there for days. I won't go in there. I don't know if I told you guys when I was my last place that I was living at, they were called, I think I told you guys, they were called spider crickets.
Yeah, remember, because I had to at the same time.
Y'all Google that. Okay, I think it's the only thing that happens here. But no, they said in the desert, whatever. Okay, that thing was in my shower. I have a picture. I'll put it up in the group room. 2 of them. I have to look at my photos. There were 2 spider crickets in there. You think I took a shower that day?
Right.
No.
Okay.
I left. I just left. I was like, I don't have time for this. I'm not. And the thing about spider crickets, they jump.
Yes. And they quick.
Yes.
They are quick.
And they can't bite you. They don't hurt you.
Right.
But they're just.
They're ugly to look at.
They're super ugly.
Frightening.
It's like this little body, big legs, and they jump.
Yeah, I've never heard of a spider cricket until I see.
Yeah, or they're called camel spiders. They're called all types of stuff, y'all. But if you Google these things, it'll make a grown man cry. So that's what I'm saying.
What's it, about 1 inch or 2 big, something like that?
Yeah, they have to be with a wingspan of 6 feet. They're crazy.
At least.
Now I can deal with, the ant. Maybe
Ants
a caterpillar, a little something like this. But when it gets to spider crickets, spiders, centipedes, just. If you're in the city, there are roaches, water bugs, different things. Just different things that get into your house. Are you expecting the man of the house to take care of it, or are y'all taking care of it? I know nobody really takes joy in doing any of this work, but if it did have to go down, who are you looking to really take care of that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that what is the word? Sexist of me for me to because I was really trying to check myself last night. I was trying to do the work, Barbie.
Do the work, City?
Because now I have to think, why do you feel like this? Did something happen to me?
We're at the damsel in distress at that moment. Come save me.
Right.
Come save me.
But I shouldn't be like that as well. So I was trying to,
we should. We should.
I do a lot of thinking. Shawn says that's my biggest downfall. That's my toxic trait.
You overthink. You overthink, Senny.
I'm an overthinker. So that's the rabbit hole I went down to. I'm like, I'm sexist. This is probably why I'm single.
No,
these subconscious, hidden, dark things I feel that maybe come out in other ways. Maybe I've conveyed this to a man before.
You are channeling your inner Shawn because you're going way left with it. Way left. Way left.
Okay, well, that's why I had to get it off my chest.
Right.
So, is that if you were with a guy and he didn't kill bugs, would that bother you?
I did was with one guy, but he didn't. Not because he was afraid of them. He just wanted to save them. He would pick it up and take it outside. It's gonna get back in here. If you don't smash that damn spider.
Oh, okay. So he was willing to go the extra mile, pick it up.
Yeah, pick it up. He definitely was not afraid of bugs.
Oh, okay.
Man, listen.
I can deal with that just as long as I don't have to do anything with it. I like that, Barbie. He was what is it, like save the earth? Like I love that. Like a man that can, want to save an insect.
My face, please and thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. Is anybody saying anything in the chat room?
Kathy Garrison, she said, if a man is in my house, I would tell him to kill it.
Right.
Right.
Right, Kathy. Okay.
I would call my son. Oh, a few nights ago, I'm in the room watching TV. And I'm watching TV, minding my business. At the corner of my eye, I see something move across the wall. I didn't even bother to look and see what it was, Senny.
Yeah.
Girl, I jumped up off my bed so fast. And I'm like, Eli, I snatched the door open. How Shawn said I busted it the other day. Yeah. One of them was, I probably was having a flashback. That's why I came in like that.
Right.
I'm screaming to the top of my lungs, Elijah! Oh, my God. Then I forgot I didn't have no clothes on. So I had to hurry up, go back in there, snatch my robe off the door, put it on real quick, and he running out there like, Mom, what is it? Yeah. I'm just like, look. I couldn't even say anything. He like, really, Mom? Really? He gets a piece of paper and just like, really, Mom? I said, don't act like that. Don't do that. You just don't do that. Don't make me feel little. Like, just kill it, please, and thank you. He's like, it's not gonna hurt you. It's gonna get the spiders for you. I got you for that.
Right.
You get the spiders and the centipedes. Okay.
I like that. It's always when they're like creeping to the side. One time I had, I think it was an ant like on my TV, and I just didn't have the energy, and it just kept staying in like one spot. I was like, I'm gonna have to kill that. But did you know? Because I was really looking in the summertime. Ants get really bad out here, especially depending on where you live.
I know. Trust me, I'm going through it.
I read something online though that you have to be careful when you kill ants. Like to make sure you just wipe up or use a cleaner after, because they leave like it's almost like a scent, and they say that's usually why a lot of ants are in the same spot, because when you kill them, they leave like, I don't know if they said it's like a scent. So I don't know if it's something that they secrete or if it's something that they give off that's in the air, but that's where other ants know where to go to continue on their journey and get to wherever they were getting to. They leave like a trail for each other. So just, be careful when you do that. So you learn different things about these insects too.
LaShawn BX said, I have frogs, crickets. I'm so unhappy. Yes, I wake up sauce all the time to get
LaShawn Brown?
She said he's the real exterminator. But is that what he do for real in real life? Like, is that his job?
Who?
Hot sauce.
Oh, I don't know.
Is that what?
Yeah, you doing that? Oh my God, that's real freaky though. If you're doing that hot sauce, you're with bugs all day. I couldn't. But wait, frogs? LaShawn, you don't like the frogs?
That could be a little annoying. I don't like frogs either.
I mean,
girl, I don't like no insects, amphibians, bugs, nothing.
Like, frogs, salamanders, little things like that. Little.
No, baby.
Those aren't like insects. You wouldn't smash a frog.
I might.
Barbie.
Listen, I don't like any of that. Scare me bad enough, and you just might meet Jesus.
I mean, I think I've never had a frog in my house, but they've been on like one time on my sun porch. Like my parents' sun porch, there was frogs on there.
I don't think we have enough foliage around where I live.
Oh yeah. Barbie's like, if I see a frog in my place, it's a problem.
It must have been somebody's pet,
right?
That got away. It must have been somebody's pet. Marcus said he don't like them either. Vanetta said, who likes frogs? Right, V? Who the heck like frogs?
Okay, yes. But Vanetta, I'm saying if there was a frog in your house, you would like try to smash it like an insect? You would like freak out?
I'm going to freak out. And he just better hope to the pray gods that I don't, because he got to go.
I would put it on a little like, I would try to get it outside. I want to try.
No, I don't like nothing. I don't like anything.
I would touch a frog.
Girl, I better go outside in the summertime. Listen here.
When I was younger, we used to like, do we have a bus stop in front of our place?
Yes, across the street.
Oh, well, it's right here. I didn't know it was like right in front.
I know. It's normally stops on the corner.
Oh.
They probably was like wanting to catch it maybe.
Oh, okay. That was really weird.
Right.
I love having a window in front of here. No, Man, now I forgot what I was
Vanetta
talking
said,
about.
OMG, deja vu, I had a dream about this. Well, speaking of frogs, Vanetta?
You had a dream about us talking about frogs on the show?
Right.
Let me know, because maybe that's why we're talking about it. But yes, continue to let me know in the comments. My one friend, she gets she says every year she gets like, there's like this cluster of ladybugs like in her entryway, like like she has a little thingy, and I'm like, well, can you spray? And she was like, I heard that's bad luck if you kill a ladybug, so I don't want to put bad luck on my house by putting
Girl,
stuff.
Girl, just going to get rid of them.
But it's crazy sometimes, because if they're like flying around, I mean, ladybugs, I don't think they do anything to hurt you, but
Now those are the one insect I probably can tolerate because they're
but a
pretty.
lot of them, when
Not
there's
a lot.
like
One
when there's
or
like
two, maybe.
20, 50 of them,
They gotta go. They're gonna have to go. It's no, you can't be here in this house. Go outside. Go outside where you should be.
So I told her maybe you should get rid of them. I was like, but that is cool. But they come back every year, so I don't know. Maybe they have a set or something. Girl, maybe they just like the house.
Girl,
so.
you better call exterminator.
No.
Yeah,
I would feel bad doing that to ladybugs,
they're gonna overtake her house.
Yeah, that's true if they get inside.
Right.
And bees. I had somebody that happened to them. The bees were in the walls of the house.
They were the whole house. I'm gonna burn it down.
They were coming through the window. She was like, why do I keep... She's like, it's always by this one window. I keep getting these bees. And then she listened closer, and it was like buzzing in the wall.
Yeah, I think I have a wasp nest maybe outside of my window in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Because if y'all follow me on Facebook, y'all see me and my little story times where I'm talking about the wasp and having become a whole 007 agent, flipping over beds because I'm running because I'm allergic to wasps.
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow.
And then I sleep very light. So I'll hear the slightest bzzz.
Right.
Girl, I be up. One of these that was looking. Look.
I know.
Calling Elijah like somebody to cut my fingers off. Yeah.
Right. Oh. Well, yeah, that is scary. Well, I mean, if there are men that are taking care of this for us, where does that bird find all these worms from? Girl, she's doing a really good job, you guys.
Really is,
I wish I could record it, but I can never catch
that
it.
Big. She got it in her mouth right now.
I wish we could record it. You guys, we have National Geographic going on right outside of our window. We should have put a cam out there, like a live cam.
Right.
Then we could have found out what happened to the second one. But no, I mean, men, if there's any men out there, let us know. Do you guys feel comfortable killing these bugs and knowing that that's kind of like your unassigned job and duty? And do you take pride in doing it? Do you, like protecting your family in that way? I wouldn't know.
I'm trying to find Lee comment. I think he said he saves the bugs. I'm trying to find it.
Lee, you save them?
Yeah, he said I save spiders and put them outside if they're not too big. They keep the damn flies away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like spiders. Spiders are usually cool if they're not like jumping around, but I like spiders because they take care. I like nature to do its thing. Don't get me wrong. But if something needs to go, like if I see a creepy crawly in my bedroom or anywhere else, kitchen, like I'm sorry, you have to go. Right. But if you a spider,
speaking of spider, look on the window, Senny.
There's a spider on the window.
Girl, come over this way.
Is it on the outside?
I don't know. It's in here. It looked like it's in here, y'all. Lord help me.
I can't see it.
You don't see that big old girl. I was cuss.
Where?
Right there.
Oh.
Sit there, you don't see it.
Oh, I see it.
Girl.
I think it's outside, though.
I pray it's outside, because I'm telling y'all, if it moved this direction, I'm going the hell home.
It's outside on the, I think
Please,
it
Lord,
made a
let
web
it be
on
outside.
there. Yeah.
Because, baby,
I'll keep an eye on it for you, Barbie. Bugs. And if not, we'll tell Shawn that he has to take care of it later.
I'm going home.
So definitely let us know in the comments. I want to know who's killing spiders, who's not. And if you think that I'm sexist for thinking that all men should just be killing spiders. I know I'm not.
I don't think you're sexist anymore.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Barbie. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so I'm going to give you all a scenario. Somebody submitted to us. Barbie, I don't think you've been here yet since we started this, because I read one to Shawn and he went off on homegirl, and I don't think I don't know if they appreciate it, but I'm gonna try. If you're a man, definitely I want to get some situations from you. Women, it doesn't even necessarily have to be about relationships. It could just be about, something going on in your family, or things, that are happening, you know, with something else. So definitely write into us. You guys can write into the Shawn Harvey Morning Show at gmail.com. And you can remain anonymous, or you can tell us your name. Regardless, we'd like to hear from you. And we want to, help solve your situations. The chat room is already ready to help you. We got Barbi here. We got me here. We got Shawn here. We got Miss Miko here. We got all of us here to help y'all figure out what y'all got to do. So this person writes in and she says, I was, oh, sorry. I was in the wrong thing. Okay. Yes. Hey, wake up team. I was with my ex for about 2 years. He was definitely relationship minded, but we broke up after he cheated. Now, he apologized and did everything possible to get me back. He showed me that he was committed, but I couldn't get over it at the time, and so we broke up. Now that I've been single for the last year, I have to say honestly that I hate it here. I meet men all the time, but I meet men all the time, but I honestly don't believe that in this day and age, men don't want or value monogamous relationships. They all want sex, they all want to have fun, but I haven't met one who is serious about building a relationship. My ex hits me up all the time and is still trying to get me back. I'm considering going back to my ex. He's promised me that he'll never cheat again. I don't want to keep dating these losers, but I don't know what is the right thing for me to do. And I know what a lot of y'all are going to say in there, okay? And it's not me, okay? Thank you very much. When I was reading this, I was like, I know it sounds very like my life, girl. But so I think I have some good advice for you to do. I think that you shouldn't go back to your ex. I think that exes are exes for a reason. And I think that you just have to change just change your outlook and find other things that bring you excitement. And maybe, you'll find that person in doing that.
Yeah, I would not recommend going back to your ex.
Right.
Lee Scott said you dumb as hell, you take him back. Like, let's not call her dumb, Lee. But I definitely would not recommend going back to your ex because I'm sure his behavior have not changed. Change your circle, change where you hang out at. Change your, like Senny said, change your outlook on life. When you change your circle, you change the men you be around. And, change, like I said, change. Don't go to the club to meet a man because those are the ones who just want sex for the most part. Like we was talking about last week, go to a golf club or a golf outing or something where people of, like they say, high quality, men of high quality may be, and then you may find someone, who won't cheat and who treat you like the queen you should be treated like.
Yeah, girl. And why does your ex keep calling you?
Right, block
Tell him, yeah, do something. Just so he's not constantly here. I mean, it's okay to be friends, but sometimes too, that's a little concerning for me because I'm like, why aren't you moving on or trying to do something else? Or at least talk to him about, if he talks about why he cheated and, what that actually came from, because that's the only real way to know, if he's changed. And I think that sometimes when you do things out of, it's almost like desperation or scarcity. Yeah. When you operate out of that mindset, you don't usually make the best decisions for you in your life right now, just because you're unhappy with current situations. Right. So the best thing for you to do is, just get out of that mindset and just know that you'll find somebody and have confidence in that, ultimately, if that's what you want to do, because you don't necessarily have to be in a relationship with anyone to, feel whole or do the things that you wanted to do. And,
you back out of desperation. Like, sis,
yes.
Because you're desperate. Don't do that because you're afraid to be alone. Be alone. Learn who you are.
Yeah.
Before a man can learn who you are. You need to know who you are first.
Yeah, and I know, and sometimes that's hard because sometimes when people say that to me, I be like, I know who I am, I just don't want to be alone. And that's okay too, but you have to find things that bring you joy, that are not centered so much around other people or other things that you're doing. So I think if you do that. What are they saying in the chat room?
BX said golf. She's going to date old man. LaShawn, let me tell you something, sweetheart. Girlfriend, I went to have lunch at a golf club recently, and honey, it was some old men there, but it was a whole lot of young ones too, girl. Okay, so like I said, sis, girlfriend, go to your little golf club, have a little lunch, little brunch with your girls, okay?
Yeah, they're
on their tabs. Trust me when I tell you.
Yeah, you have to go, LaShawn. They're really fun too. And even if they are older, you get some good advice. You meet different people out there, and a lot of times they have friends. They'll have sons or something like that.
Yeah.
So yes, so that is what we have for you. Anybody else say anything else in the chat room that's interesting regarding her situation? What she should do?
LaShawn BX again. She said, "How long have they dated? You can give someone a second chance. If second chance, was it multiple times he cheated, or was it just one time?"
LaShawn, she was. I don't know. It says he cheated. I don't know. If you count multiple cheating. Is it counted as multiple cheating if it's with one different person, but they do it all the time? Oh, or is that does that just count as they just cheated one time?
I mean, I would not go back. Let's just say, because that's not.
And they were.
I would do, but
they were dating for 2 years.
2 years is not long enough for me to take you back. Now I can see if like my situation, it was 20 years. We was married, and I said, all right, let me go give you another chance.
Right.
Change behavior, therapy, whatever the case may be. But nah, I'm all right.
Yeah, that's
girl, 2 years. That's not long enough.
Yeah, 2 years
for me to be stressing myself over.
I don't know how long it would take me to be like really invested in somebody and be upset, but I think a year to 2 years is enough to be upset if you thought that maybe possibly this was going to lead to marriage now, because you're supposed to be getting married within this time. So I don't think that it's enough to make me go back, because technically that's like, we're still fresh. Like, how are you cheating? How long have you been thinking about this or
still just be
wanting
the
to do
stage.
it?
Like,
yeah,
why
because
are you cheating right now? Like,
we should be like getting deep into our relationship by that point. So
I can see if it was like 5-10 years and you bored with me, or I'm bored with you, or something, vice versa. But 2 years, like, this should still be the fresh, because no honeymoon stage.
It's gonna give me too much doubt, because I'm gonna be like, dang, now if you cheated on me in year 2, what's gonna happen when we get 5 years, 8 years into this thing?
Right.
You tired already?
That's what I'm saying, Senny.
So, but I know that is a lot of women have that feeling of, it's almost like, well, let me just deal with the devil I know. Or men too, right? They're like, I'm tired of, being out here. So let me just go back to what I know and what's comfortable and, all this and that. And sometimes they feel like it's better than finding a new situation.
Right.
But
Vanessa said, cheat on me, I'm going to cheat on you. There's going to be some cheaters. How Vanessa?
I know.
No, I just leave. Like, I don't have to, whatever. I ain't got time for that. Like, bye.
And I know a lot, that happens a lot too in long-term relationships. And I think a lot of that comes from codependency too. for whatever situation, nobody can leave because they have to, living together, or, a lot of the times it's financial, or sometimes, it could just be, you're going to miss that person. You don't want to start over. And, you find other relationships, so many, I don't want to say so many, but I don't know. The men that have approached me that have been married, I don't know if it's just
married.
So I don't know.
I know. I get a problem like, boy, you get out my face.
So I don't know if this is just the standard phrase that's used because it works, or it's more understanding, or if this is why it happens. But it's always like, we've just been together so long, and she's over there doing her thing and I'm doing mine, but it ain't really like that. It's always
what's it really like? Tell me
right.
what's it really like.
And I really feel like a therapist at that point, because I'd be like, oh my gosh, like how long has this been going on?
Right.
We be having a whole conversation. I'd be like, wow. So like, how did you guys meet? I'm like, take me back to that. And they be thinking I'm so crazy. But I want to know, because I feel like I'm going to be married one day. And I want to know, I like to know, the minds of these cheaters. I want to know. I want to know how it gets here, what gets to this point. So, sir, if you can elaborate, maybe we can work through this together. You and Sharon can get back tonight, okay? Right. I'm going to get y'all back to where you fell off at, okay? You don't want none of this.
Amir, I definitely agree. Communication is definitely one of the keys. He said that they were still in the getting to know each other phase. They really need to communicate with each other. Talk about that.
Yeah, but it seems like they're doing a lot of communicating because he's trying to get her back. And also,
but are they communicating the right things?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Girl, you're going to have to let us know. See, all y'all want different y'all want more information than what the people is providing.
I know, because sometimes they just give us like surface story. No, sometimes, girl, when y'all right in here with these stories, we need details. When, why, who, what, where, all of that stuff.
Well, definitely, Amir, call in. Tell us what she should be communicating to him, or what she should be hearing to make the right decisions, because maybe she don't know what to listen out for either. People doing all this talking, but maybe they're not saying the right things. So
I know a lot of females, they stay because, like, if they have a good provider, the man is providing everything, they'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
My ex-husband was a good provider too, but guess what?
Yeah. Yes, I am really big on that. But I'm always say, quit that job. It's the same sometimes with relationships too. You have to, because I want to be, happy. And that's not to say that you're never going to fight and have arguments and go through things, but it's how you go through those things. Exactly. If you can make it through those things without tearing each other down, that's the thing. Because I think a lot of times with communication, people, and I think I heard this on like Married at First Sight, and it really resonated with me. And it was like, you just always have to remember that you're both on the same team. Right? This is what you both want to do. Now, if somebody is not for the team, then you have to learn to cope with how you are going to cope with letting that person go, because that's what it basically comes down to. Because I think a lot of times when people disagree and they fight, they start attacking each other, like who they are as a person and all other types of stuff. And it's just like, dang, we were just seeing if we were going to change the car insurance. Like, how did this turn into I'm an ungrateful bitch?
Like wait, what? I'm trying to save us money. Hold on.
And then it just, I think it's
so where'd you get that from, buddy? I'm just trying to go from Geico to Allstate.
But nobody ever stops to take a second.
It should be pinned at the bottom. It's a 570-892-6950.
Oh, no. Sorry. That's Shawn's number. Sorry, y'all. So y'all are calling Shawn? Let me know if he picks up. I'll change that. Let me unpin that comment.
And I'm like, yeah. It didn't even dawn on me that,
Yeah. Tell me, did put it in the chat room. Did any of y'all call Shawn? He's probably like, yo, I am not on the show. What is going on? Sorry, y'all. You guys can call in. Call my number. I'm going to pin it at the bottom of the screen. It's 718-715-3178. So make sure you guys call in. I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen.
And I'm just giving it out like, yeah, because, it's like muscle memory. Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry, y'all. It's okay. And I was wondering. I was like, dang, nobody has nothing to say. Oh, my God. Barbi, read Barbi.
Princess, I know. I was just about to read that. Princess Cox said, wait, stop commenting, y'all. Wait a minute. I lost it. Hold on. He said, he been waiting to tell you you're an ungrateful bee. The car show was a perfect opportunity.
Oh my God.
The car show was a perfect opportunity, Princess. Damn, just for the car insurance.
Hold on. We have a call. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on.
What's the second, y'all? Lord?
Hello.
Good morning, Senny. This is Amir.
Good morning, Amir.
Hey, good morning, Amir.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. What would you are you calling in to tell our writer what she should do? Either state. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm listening this morning. First of all, good morning to both you and Barbi. Things look lovely, and it is kind of refreshing. Like I said, it's kind of dope when you do the ladies takeover.
Yeah.
Just the ladies kind of hold
I
it down
agree.
the fort. So, congratulations to you both for that.
Thank you.
In regards to the young lady who wrote in, first off, like I said, I think the fact that they were so early on in that relationship, and I know everybody's gonna say, but if he's doing it that early, look, when you that early in a relationship, you don't even know if you really like the person. Neither one of them. She doesn't know if she really likes him. He doesn't know if he really likes her. So technically, you're still dating and trying to figure that part out. Yeah. So let's put that on the table.
Okay. Go ahead.
Take a pin in that. Put it to the side. Cheating on either end isn't always necessarily a situation of you or the other person finding some things in you that they like or don't like or short-sighted. It's usually not that. There are always a number of reasons why people cheat. We can't get into all of the reasons, but usually that centers around things of mostly not knowing yourself and understanding yourself. I don't know how old the person who wrote in was. I'm not sure what phase of their life they were in, but sometimes both men and women find themselves in spaces where they have to do that hard research. I've, called in and spoke on numerous occasions and said so many of us, especially in our community, have traumas and triggers. And I think what happens is, you got cheated on in the third grade. You never healed up. Little Susie left you. She took her card and gave it to little Mikey. That pissed you off. You ain't never been good since then.
Right.
Same thing, for you ladies. And I'm not saying that, that's a good thing or bad thing. I'm just saying that, unfortunately, that's how our minds and our spirits work sometimes. But because we haven't healed up properly, we didn't find ourselves in this funny space where we suppress that. And, the first new relationship you get into that feels good, looks like everything is going wonderfully, the person does something to trigger that weird thing that happened to you. And you lose it because you didn't heal. And I think, something, I'm not sure if it was either you, Senny, or if it was you, Barbi, but you're right. When you find that somebody's done something to you and it hurts you, you got to heal. And we don't heal enough. We give each other bad advice. We give each other some of the worst advice in the world. Sometimes you ladies say wonderful things like, get out from one man and get under a new one. Dumb.
No,
terrible thing to tell somebody.
Right.
Us guys, same stupid stuff. Yo, son, I don't know why you still worried about her. It's a million women in the world. Yeah. But that wasn't where your spirit was. Your spirit was with that one.
Right. It's only one of her.
So you got to figure out how to heal up from that. You got to figure out, and here's the thing. When I say heal up, you can't only just look at supposedly what they did wrong. For instance, if somebody cheated on you, there is something that you did to contribute to that, or you played a part in that. And you got to look for what your part was and figure out how to fix that broken part of you. And I say broken not in the sense of making you a bad person, meaning.
Hello?
I mean, oh, hold on.
Do we lose him?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I don't know why it connected to my AirPods. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, what I try to tell people is because how we go about our lives and what we do in terms of vibrating, you attract those things. So, for instance, both of you ladies are in there and giving wonderful presentations about certain things. We have people who come into our lives. They come into our lives because that's the frequency we're on. They don't come into your life because of an accident. You vibrate on that level. So in order to attract the things that you want, I think, Barbie, you alluded to this. You got to put your mind frame, your mindset in a space that allows you to say, okay, these are the things I'm looking for. You have to emanate that yourself. See, that's another thing that a lot of people don't do. We tell everybody, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. You're not even doing that stuff. Right. So how you going to attract something that you're not even putting into the universe? Those two work hand in hand. And I know people don't really want to think that way. We don't want to say that to each other because, that sounds so far-fetched. But I always preface it this way. When you look at your life, please, somebody tell me when anything has happened to you when you've been mad, sad, angry, or any of that kind of stuff. Things usually happen to you when you're happy, when you're feeling good, when you're your best energy possible.
Yeah.
So it behooves all of us to vibrate in that space. And once you start doing that, then the things, that you're looking for start coming into your reality. And I think that that's, a big part of what, that person was going through. But you got to understand that part.
Yeah, I definitely can agree on some of the things you said. But a lot of times, I think you said something about, you may have played a part in the, the cheating. Sometimes this is for a man or woman. You may not have. You could have been a perfect spouse, and they will still cheat. There are other incidents where, you may have been lacking in this one part of yourself or the relationship, and the other person had all of everything else that you was lacking, and that's what made him go to her, or him, or whatever. So yeah, I can it can be a little both ways, a little crazy at times.
Yeah, but if you're cheating, you need to tell the person you don't want to be there anymore. Period.
Right, don't cheat. Just leave. Just leave.
That I can agree with, Senny, but I think what tends to happen, but I think that for so many people, and I think you both touched on this, it's not so much the telling or not telling. Like I said, there is a real inane part of each and every one of us. You just want to be loved. You want to find something that emanates to you what you want to really see and bring into the world. And sometimes we don't do such a great job of figuring that part of the equation out because, like I said, we really haven't healed and we're not really so sure of ourselves. Now, I'm not talking about everybody because then people will say, well, it's not. We're not talking about you.
Right.
We're talking about people who find themselves in those spaces. And there are a good number of us who, in theory, I got it. I know what I want. And then you've been through a couple of situations. I always liken it to, serial marriages. People like what's the lady who used to have the Black Diamonds perfume? What's that lady name? White lady.
Elizabeth. Not Elizabeth.
Oh, White Diamonds. Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah.
Elizabeth
Taylor.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Or Eliza Minnelli.
People like that.
Elizabeth Taylor. It's
Elizabeth Taylor. Okay.
Yeah, why are you married 75 times? What are we doing? You're trying to win a bear at the fair? Like, what are we doing? But we go along with that. Look, she keeps trying. That shows you that no, stop. Yeah. This isn't a game for you. This actually is something that probably just isn't in your wheelhouse. And I think people have to be honest about that kind of stuff too. Every game doesn't end with you getting the bear.
Yeah.
Every game just doesn't end with you getting the bear. Sometimes you go to the music park and you come away with the visor. Remember when we was kids, we used to go to Great Adventures and they had the visor. You just get the visor and put it back on the bus.
Yeah, I remember.
Then your girlfriend be on there.
Cindy probably too young for that.
Mikey, right? Me a big bear. Bitch, shut up. Don't make me punch you in the throat.
Oh, that bitch. Amir.
But we got to be honest with ourselves about what our prize is.
Yeah.
I try to, tell my friends, y'all stop paying attention to what's going on in the lane next to you. Your journey is over here, and this is where you're supposed to end up.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that prize and be happy with that prize. Yours isn't supposed to be this one over here. And it's okay. But don't let the world and people dupe you out of what your happiness and what your version of your prize looks like. And we do that all the time. We always comparing. Why aren't you doing it? Why is she? Stop. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Right. Run your race. Win your prize.
Okay, Amir. So, what do you think she should do? So, you think she should get back with him or not? Because you told us to pin it.
Right.
Can I go back to the pin?
Right. Take
where
it out,
you
leave
said
it.
that they're young in their relationship still. So, was that like
yeah, when you're young in your relationship, and I mean, again, I think Barbi alluded to this when she said, we need to possibly know more details. When you're young in your relationship, again, what they say, it was 2 years in?
Yeah.
What do you know about each other in 2 years?
Right.
Let's be honest. What you know about each other in 2 years?
Wow.
You don't even know anything about each other sometimes in 5 years. So 2 years is definitely not giving you enough information.
That's what I said. You need more time.
You don't know if you like the way that this person snores yet. You don't know if you like the fact that they squeeze the toothpaste from the middle instead of the bottom. You like, I swear to God, if I come in here one more time and they do this, I'm going to kill somebody.
You leave the cap open.
So then,
you still don't know because you're in the early stages and phases of the game.
So now, then maybe they shouldn't.
I'm not condoning cheating because I don't want anybody to get it confused and think that I'm condoning cheating. What I'm saying is, when you're in that earliest stage, the biggest and the greatest thing that they could do, hopefully, if they really are serious about trying to give it another shot, is sit down and have a real conversation. And here's the thing. Communicate to understand, comprehend, and then respond. But let's stop communicating to respond to whatever we're triggered by. You guys know when you have conversations sometimes with your significant others or other people, you ever notice they try to cut you off every 30 seconds? You're like, look, let me finish my train of thought first.
Right.
Then you can respond.
Let me finish what I was saying.
We don't do that. We listen to what the part that we want to respond to, and then wait a minute, take notes. Y'all sit down sometimes, take a notepad when you're having these conversations so you can remember everything. I'm going to have to address this point, that point, because we cut each other off. And you don't even get to finish exactly what's on your mind. And if you don't communicate things properly to one another, then you can't come to a resolution.
Agreed.
All right, Amir, I'm still confused, but I appreciate what you said. Because I don't think he's telling her what he thinks she should do.
Well,
does she go back with homeboy, or should she continue to move on and vibrate in a happy space?
I said she needs to have a real conversation. If she's serious about getting back with him, they need to have a real conversation and then see if the communication, meaning the things that they are both looking for out of the relationship, and if that makes sense, then they should get back together. But if it doesn't make sense, then you're right. They should move on. He should go on about his life. She should go on about hers. The problem is that's not what's going to happen. I think either one of your points, somebody said something about, this being good or that being good, and that convolutes the situation. So he was a great provider, but he sucked in this area. So, okay, you got to figure out if the whole picture works for you. You can't just be happy about one or two things and then be super disappointed in this third thing and think that that's going to work for you, because only for a while will that work. Because at some point you're going to be like, this really isn't working for me. Now you back at square one. So it's just a matter of them figuring out if all of the pieces work and if the things that they feel towards one another and how they feel about their situation really works for them. If it works for them, then they should get back together. But if it doesn't, and it's been a year, I think you said it's been a year since they whatever. So he may have, gotten himself together in a year's time. Only they can figure that part out, not us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Amir.
Thanks for calling, Amir.
Now I hear what he's saying.
Right. One thing I knew for sure, if it's meant for them to be together, they're going to be together.
Thank you guys so much. I'm going to let you get back to the show. And as always, it's wonderful to be on the show and have an opportunity to share. So thank you, ladies. Y'all have an absolutely wonderful Wednesday.
You too, Amir. Thank you.
I love that. See, Amir, he begins so deep with his stuff. It's like, but should she stay or should she go? Girl, maybe you should do don't get exclusive with him. You know what I'm saying? But you can redate him.
Test
you know
what
I mean?
Stick your big toe in.
Yeah.
See
and
how
it's
the water
like,
feel.
when you have that conversation, obviously, when you're dealing with somebody that's cheating, obviously, number one, he feels like he can't talk to you or communicate stuff to you. So you got to talk to him about that. and he probably has commitment issues. So, make him get a subscription or something. See if he sticks with it, or a plant or something like that he has to care for. Yeah, because see, these are things that somebody's not going to tell you, but these are these are the traits of a cheater. So you have to, get to see if those things change, the lying, living double lives, that stuff you can't talk about, because they're just going to say, I'm never going to do that again. Yeah. How you going to see that? Mm-hmm. So, and then you got to get over, if you have any lingering doubts and stuff. So that can be some of the self-work that you're doing on yourself. So, if you want, because I'm trying to side with Amir over here and his saying that you guys are young in your relationship, whatever. So maybe you can openly date. Don't get exclusive. And because, you kind of seem impartial to going back to the devil that you know.
Yeah, that's what kind of sound like she was already heading towards that way.
Yeah, girl, because you out here talking about, and I know, listen, I'm out here in the jungle with you, sis. Don't think you alone.
I mean, if you know his behavior has changed, he has changed behavior, you want to give it a second go, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't be exclusive.
Don't go blindly into a situation.
Yes, and respect your boundaries. Right. I know that's a lot of things that we do. If your boundary is, I'm not going to do this at a certain time, or if he does this, then I'm out. Stick to that. It's okay. It's okay if you get a negative reaction, because at the end of the day, you'll feel better. If anything happens, you'll be like, well, you know what? I said if I was going to do this, I was going to do that. And that's what I did. And you'll feel more better with yourself. I know a lot of the times we move our boundaries or rationalize them for other people. And then that's what makes us the most angry at the end. Because we're like, oh, well, we did all of this. Well, first of all, girl, you didn't have to do all of that.
You didn't have to do all of that.
And you said you wasn't going to do all of that, but you did it anyway.
Right.
And now that's why you're mad. Not because they didn't thank you or they didn't reciprocate it. You're mad yourself. So work on that too. And I think all of those combined, you'll do good. So...
So hopefully you got what you needed from this today. Because it was everywhere. Girl, go back. Don't go back. And communication. Girl, just talk to the man. Don't talk to her. Block his ass. It was everywhere.
No, I think I was listening to what Amir said, and he does make some good points. So I think that the best course of action is to keep an open door to that.
Definitely.
But you have to have hard boundaries, and you have to see change behavior conversation. That's definitely what I'm going to say on that. But keep it open, girl, please. If there's somebody else, come along.
He might be right now, but you might meet you forever.
And communicate that. Be like, look, this is not exclusive, buddy. We are, I'm trying to see where your head is at.
But remember, if you say that, you need to also be open to him seeing other
women. People too, yes.
So don't just be like, well, I'm not exclusive, but expect him to be exclusive.
You can be exclusive too, sir. And that might mean, and that doesn't mean y'all have to sleep together and do none of that.
Right, you don't have to.
Just date, just hang out, just see what life is about.
Right.
So definitely, I hope that helps you out. And I'm going to give you guys some entertainment news, some regular news. There's a lot of different things that have been going on. And as you guys know, I don't have a train of thought. So I'm going to be all over the place with all of them, with all of the stories. So just follow me.
We're going to follow you.
Follow me.
We are on this train with you, girl.
But I'm going to do that. Let me just get them in order really quick, and we will be right back. 2 seconds, y'all.
Little breaky break.
2 seconds.
DJ Younganut. If he ain't playing, I ain't staying.
Shawn Harvey featuring Senny J along with our co-host Barbi Cologne on Comedy World Net Radio.
Hey guys, it's Barbi Cologne from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team on Comedy World Net Radio.
This is Senny J from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Catch us on Comedy World Net Radio. Okay, y'all, we are back once again. Like I said, Shawn Harvey is out. It is a ladies takeover. Senny J and Barbi Cologne with you here on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, and it is currently 8:01 a.m. here on the East Coast, here in downtown Bethlehem, where we are broadcasting from out of Pennsylvania. And it is a great day that we're having here on this weird Wednesday. Once again, please, 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 please like and share the show. Post it wherever. Share it with friends that you know listen to podcasts, listen to talk radio. We really do appreciate it. You can follow us on Facebook. We're live on Facebook and YouTube Monday through Friday. You can also listen to shows on the iHeartRadio platform. You just look for the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. I believe we're right under the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Right.
So make sure that you guys click us over there. You can go to Apple Music and look under podcasts. We're on there. So we're everywhere you need to be, and it's where you get your morning started right. So we appreciate you guys. We also want to let you know, and Barbi, correct me if I'm wrong, we're having our back-to-school bowling event June 26th. You did? Okay, yeah. Well, girl, you can go ahead and give the information because I'm going to mess it up.
No, I was just writing it
down.
down.
Oh, you just wrote it down.
Yeah,
okay.
so I can remind us to talk about it.
Together, we can get through it. It's
right.
It's going to be at Bar Don Lanes on June 26th, and that's a Saturday.
Sunday.
That's a Sunday. We're going to do it on a Sunday, y'all. And I believe it's 25 for adults, $20 for kids if kids want to bowl.
Yeah.
And
get 2 bowling games plus a shoe rental.
Yep, 2 bowling games plus a shoe rental. And the proceeds we're going to have go to back to school supplies, which is really great, getting a head start on that. Yep. So you guys contact LaShawn Brown Oliver, Pretty Sean. Confidence Designs, or Shawn. So they will get they'll get you the information, get you signed up, get all the stuff you need. So we are looking forward to that, and we can't wait for that. So that are all the announcements. Oh, and Shawn has... Go ahead.
Don't forget the comedy show, guys. The Father's Day edition, June 19th at the Iron Mule, 831 South Delaware Drive. The hilarious Hamburger and Friends will be in the building. And y'all know our captain of this ship, Shawn Harvey, will be hosting. If y'all have never been to one of the shows, you guys will be missing out because they be hilarious. Oh, my goodness. And the tickets is only $20. Like, you can't really get these caliber shows for this great price.
Right.
So you can see me on Shawn. I think Tamiko has tickets too. For your tickets, guys. June 19th.
Yes, come up. I'll definitely be there for that. You guys, I'll go to one show. Then I'll be missing 3 in a row. Then I go to the next one. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I will be there for this one. I'm so excited. I said I'm not missing anymore because I think the one that I missed, the one before the last one with Joe Claire.
That show was hilarious.
That show was wild, crazy, staying mad crazy late. I was like, why all the craziness happens? But all the shows are always good every time I go.
That one was Joe. Okay, let me give you a little. Joe Claire was so funny. He didn't even get to do his set because he was too busy hiking on one of my cousins, and my cousin was his set. And when I tell you, we laughed so hard, my face was hurting. Like, it was hilarious. Yeah, like the whole time, everybody was funny.
Yeah.
But when he got up there, cause he was the the headliner.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to say that too much, you know. because-
Watch
listen,
what you
watch
say,
how
Barbi.
you say it, right? Okay. But yeah, he was killed it. So Shawn definitely needs to have him back so he could actually do the jokes he was supposed to have done.
Yeah.
So now we can laugh at those. Right.
Come back, Joe.
Right. Come on back, Joe.
We appreciate it. But no, it's really great. So see you guys. It's a great time. Definitely want to come up wherever you're coming. If you're not in Pennsylvania, if you're thinking about coming up, it's definitely worth the drive.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we're central to a lot of y'all in the tri-state area.
Right.
So it's something to do.
D-Lo asked us about the bird, and I told her we think one fell out. She's some old wild guys. Go check on it. If it did, put it back in the net, or it might die.
Yeah.
Girl, we ain't touching the birds.
D-Lo, I think, because I came in this morning, checked on them like I normally do, and yesterday I put it in the group room. I think if you guys just type in hatchlings in our group, because I've been saying that they're hatchlings, it should come up. But from last week, they were like all pink and new, and now they have feathers and they look like they're full-grown birds. But when they like try to open their wings, you can still see that they're fresh. But there's only 2 this morning. The other one is just like Shawn is not here.
It's just
It's just 2 little
it's
birds.
The 2 of us.
Yes.
We can
So-
do it if we try.
Just the 2 of us. So
You
maybe
and us.
maybe the 3rd bird will be back tomorrow.
Maybe. Oh my God.
Maybe it just has to go out for today.
Right. He needs to get a little, spread his wings, if you will. You know, get
It
a little
needed-
air.
Yeah. So I'm confident that the 3rd bird will be back tomorrow, just like Shawn.
Right. 3rd bird gonna come back. He had a little job to do.
Yes, but I'm also really scared because I don't know if you guys see it in one of our videos. Our studio is like right next to the street.
Yeah.
So if that bird did try to do one good takeoff, I'm hoping it didn't land in the street.
Cause baby, he gone.
Because
He gone.
these
He
cars on this main road, they ain't stopping for
Right.
nobody.
Not for no bird. I wouldn't.
Not for no bird.
Sorry,
Yeah.
bird.
So, yep, D-Lo. I know Dira. I don't know if Dira's in the chat room. She was checking
didn't
on the
see her
birds
today.
too. Yeah, we have to check. Y'all check on Dira Jackson.
Right,
I didn't
she
see her
used to be in here.
yesterday, and I
I
didn't
think she
hear.
was in here
She was in here yesterday. Okay, maybe
I
she's
believe
at.
so, but I don't think she was in here.
Maybe
today.
she's getting her swim on.
Maybe.
Y'all know she likes to go for her swims. So here you go, guys. I'm gonna give you guys this news blast. We're gonna talk about it, entertainment, different types of stuff. You're gonna get it all today. This first story, this is really surprising to me because like I stayed down for Todd Chrisley, the Chrisleys.
Oh.
What's the name of that show?
Todd knows best, is it?
Yeah, I think it was Chrisley Knows
Chrisley
Best.
something like that.
Put
Yeah.
a 1 in the chat room if you was watching Chrisley Knows Best.
I only saw like a few episodes.
And you know, Babylonian Southerners don't really, captivate me that much. But this family did.
He is a mess.
I loved him. You know what I'm saying? And then they got the, they little biracial grandchild and all
And they
that
try
going
to
on.
hide.
Yeah. So, but Chrisley, he was down for her. She was always in the thing, but her story was always a little ominous. We never knew exactly
Like
where
where
she
she
came
really
from.
came from.
Like, what
who
happened with
child
that?
Is she really?
But he loves her some her. So I was like, okay, I can be down with him doing her hair and all this other type of stuff. Okay, Todd. But now it has come under fire. Now I released this like sometime last year that Todd Chrisley and his family were being investigated by the feds for tax evasion and all this other types of crazy stuff. But I was like, that's Babylonian problems. They always doing all types of tax fraud. So
right.
I was still like, it's okay. It's okay.
You was still riding for him, huh, Senny? You was still like, that's my boy, and I'ma stick beside him.
I would stick beside him. That's white collar crimes. We can all get behind that. The government stealing from us. We stealing back from y'all.
We just do
that's
what they
fine.
do to us. That's all.
I don't mind a little tax. I don't mind a little tax fraud.
Just a little bit.
You all right with me?
Right.
Little
You
tax.
ain't killed nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Corporate embezzlement. Like, who cares?
Right. You
They
ain't killed
got
nobody,
insurance
so
for
you all
that.
right in my book,
You all right
Go
with
ahead,
me?
Todd.
But now it's coming out
What's coming out?
that he has a gay lover. Now listen. I know everybody's like saying he's gay. Of course he's gay because of how he
The
talks
way
and
his
his
mannerism is I kind of go ahead.
I rode for this man. Barbie, you know me getting into my internet fight.
You going at people for real.
People in my personal circle, he's gay. And I'm like, listen, I'm not going to argue about nobody being gay, but he said he's not gay. Y'all need to open up your minds to people being metrosexual or just being, people can be in their feminine and not be gay. Like, it's fine.
It's definitely a possibility.
Well, I have to take all that back now.
Right, because from what I understand, dude had receipts. Wait, I was like, okay. Oh, okay, Todd. Well.
And you know, Todd, he always, now, he's never actually said, I'm not gay.
Yeah, I don't think I
But he's always just, you know, been like, people can think what they want to think.
Right, kind of like skipped over the whole.
You know, always like saying like cliche things. And you know, he has a wife. He got a whole family, kids.
Them the ones who be hiding.
Well, here we go, y'all. Todd Chrisley had a gay affair with his business partner who helped him commit fraud before tipping off cops after their romance went sour. This is all coming out now in court.
That's how it be.
In court. That's why sometimes when somebody do something to me, I want to take it to court because everything comes out in court.
Right.
They be finding out the crazy stuff about people in court. The reality TV star, who is 53 years old, shacked up with Mark Braddock in the early 2000s before breaking it off. Braddock, this is the guy that he had the affair with, testified that after the affair ended, the pair stayed friends and formed a brotherhood. But it blew up when Chrisley threw him out of his office and threatened to call the police on him. Now, Todd has been married for 26 years to Julie, with whom he shares 5 children: Lindsay, Kyle, Chase, Savannah, and Grayson. He's the youngest. He's 16. Braddock, who had to tell his own wife, so the guy he was having the gay affair with was married as well, of over 20 years.
They were just having a whole little circle, weren't they? Swapping. Okay.
Not swapping.
What's swapping?
He had to tell his own wife about the affair before testifying. Turned the Chrisleys into the FBI for tax fraud and told the jury on Tuesday he did not want to be talking about his affair. Now, Braddock had also been granted immunity. So all the fraud he was doing to help them, he's not going to be charged with that now.
Because he was told. Snitch.
After the affair ended, while the Chrisleys... Okay, now after the affair ended, while Matthew... Is that his name? Braddock? Now, while he still worked at their asset management firm, even though the affair had ended. He claims an anonymous source sent text messages threatening to expose the relationship and his boss's fraud. The alleged text sent to him said, "Pay cash and we'll shut up." Chrisley and Braddock ended up paying their blackmailer $38,000, which Braddock withdrew from the bank in 4 payments of $9,500 before meeting Chrisley in a parking garage. He handed over the large amounts of cash in a little bag for Chrisley to pay the blackmailer. After the Chrisley, doesn't that sound like a setup?
Right.
Just get a text and y'all sending money, but you giving it to the guy that you were sleeping with before, and he's the one delivering the money?
Sound like somebody trying to scam you.
Now, the Chrisleys were accused, after the Chrisleys were accused of the tax evasion, Braddock told jurors his feelings for Chrisley convinced him to help them commit fraud. The former employee created fake tax documents for the reality star and submitted them to banks and impersonated Chrisley in emails and phone calls. After the two had a falling out, Braddock reportedly wanted to get back at his former lover and created fake email accounts to report the Chrisleys' criminal behavior to government and the news agencies. And this is just, the Chrisleys are currently on trial on charges of fraud and evading $2 million in the tax fraud. This is crazy.
When a married lover gets scorned.
Yeah, and it's just like, it goes deeper. They get more into like the different types of fraud that they were doing. Supposedly, they say the Chrisleys are worth around $9 million. So maybe they will be able to fight this. But A lover scorned. And I mean, obviously they're not together. They've been broken up, I guess, for a little while. But my question is, Julie, girl, did you know?
And why now? Like, why are you bringing all this out now? Like him.
Well, I guess because it's coming out in court about why, because he had to justify why he did what he did. So now it's coming out because they've been broken up or they haven't had this gay affair since 2012. But is he having other affairs with men? Is this an open relationship?
And I want to know, when did he go to the police and report it? Like, was it like as soon as they broke up, or he just still upset about it right now? So recently he decided to drop a dime, if you will.
Yeah, I think that's what he said because this happened in 2000. I think this happened in 2012. So I think they got into a fight. They got into some type of argument because when they first broke up, everything was fine. They just remained friends and were just doing what they do. But then I think they had a falling out over something. They got into an argument and he wanted to hurt him. And this must be, this happened in 2018. So this has been going on for the past couple of years. Yeah. They got into the fight in 2018, though. Like, I guess Todd, like, kicked him out of the office and called him some names, apparently.
Crazy.
And he got mad. And see, those are the type of things that happen.
That's why you can't be having you can't try to be lovers with coworkers. It just don't work out because they know too much.
Especially when both of y'all is married. And
right. I mean, that was the first wrong. Both of y'all married.
Right.
Okay, if you're gay, just say you're gay and live free. Live your gay-free life.
Right. How y'all...
I mean...
And
that's what it is.
I want to know, Julie, what's going on, girl?
Are you still going to stay married? She wanted him, like, I'm just going to stay. That's my man. I'm going to stick beside him because, you know, I'm just going to stay.
I don't know if I could... I mean, I guess, listen, we're talking about millions of dollars here.
I could divorce him and get some half or something because I don't.
Yeah, I mean, the kids are grown. I mean, Grayson. Right. Grayson should be
16,
about
17, whatever. He all right. He'll be all right.
Yeah, you don't really need to stay together for him, girl.
Right, he will be all right, girl. Get them coins. Get you a good divorce attorney and leave that man alone. He probably go to jail anyway.
Or maybe
you gonna wait for him.
Or maybe maybe she already knew. And because, you know, some people have that, you know, like they're best friends with somebody and they're like, let's just have kids together because we'll be together.
That definitely is a possibility.
So maybe they just did that. Or he was bi and she didn't care.
Yeah, that too. The very first episode I saw, I thought, I'm like, he's gay? Because he was very flamboyant. And yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Everybody did. And
I
I was writing for him.
It.
But now think whatever you want of him. I'm done with you.
Oh, we gonna think it now. We know it. Because your boy, what's his name? Matt that told everybody. With receipts, boo. He carried with receipts.
Anybody in the chat room watch that show?
How many of you guys watched the show?
Yeah, put in the thing if you was riding for Todd Chrisley because he was my boy.
Right, and who thinks she gonna stay or divorce him, y'all? Let us know.
Yeah, I mean, she had to have at this point, she had to have known what was going on. So I don't know how do you get over that. So
yeah, that's
speaking of relationships, Devin, I don't know if you spell it Devin or Devon Franklin, who was married to Megan Good. He's supposed to be some type of, I don't know if he's a pastor.
I don't know if he's a pastor.
He does a lot of Christian stuff.
I believe. Let me just Google it.
Who knows? He's some type of motivational speaker in a church.
Okay.
He's like the number one deacon.
Right. He head deacon in charge. HDIC. Yep. Ooh.
That's who I think of when I say Devon Franklin, because he ain't the pastor or nothing.
No,
but
he ain't nobody's pastor.
But he always talk about the church. But apparently he's been picked to be, if anybody that watches Married at First Sight, Dr. Viviana is leaving. She was like the sex therapist on there. And they're putting him in here, Devin Franklin. He's going to be one of the new experts, quote unquote experts on Married at First Sight. And of course, everybody's like, how are you going to be a marriage expert and you just had the divorce from Megan Good? Right?
Right.
So he's coming out about that. Devin will make his debut on season 15 of Married at First Sight this summer. Oh, they're coming out with a new season already? Okay. He plans to use what he learned from Love to help other couples succeed in their marriage as an expert on the show. He took to Instagram this weekend with a lengthy post detailing why he decided to move forward with the opportunity. Devon is one of two faces replacing longtime series expert Dr. Viviana Coles. He was invited to appear on the show sometime last year and he agreed. But this happened prior to filing for divorce in December of 2021. Oh, okay. Outside of a joint statement, Devon and Megan haven't said much about the breakdown of their marriage. More than a month after the statement that they released, Megan called the divorce the most painful thing that she's ever experienced. However, this past weekend, Devon revealed show executives didn't particularly care about the filing.
Of course.
They still believed he could help their couples. Still, the relationship advisor almost said no. I was going to tell them no, he said, because I felt shame, and that voice in my head said, "You're a failure. How can you help anybody save their marriage when yours didn't work out?" That voice in my head also had me thinking about what would people say? Would people approve or disapprove? And then I had to ask myself, is this how I'm going to live the rest of my life? In fear about what people say. And who are people anyways? So I went back to the Married at First Sight team and told them, yes, I'll still come. I refuse to live in fear or shame. Okay, sir. Per Devon, I keep calling him different names.
I think it's Devin.
Devin, okay. His decision led to a powerful outcome. He was able to help at least one of the couples through their marital issues. He said, everything I've been through, I was able to draw upon to help a couple successfully sort through their issues. A lot of times that voice in our heads is our worst enemy. It tries to talk us out of what God is trying to talk us into. He finished out his statement by saying, I was trying to get through this life perfect and without failure. Now I'm just living to get through it truthfully. And if what I've learned about love and relationships can help someone, then I'm here for it. So, I mean, I can get behind that, Devin.
I mean, expert is a stretch. Like a really big
But girl,
stretch.
you need to watch the show because these experts, they're horrible.
Right, but I definitely can. He probably do have, because he's been through something, so he probably have something he can advise them on.
Yeah.
To help them. But like I said, expert. I don't know about expert.
I know they have these experts that are on there, but I think that, and I think they just say that just because they've had schooling for it.
Yeah.
But I don't subscribe to that. There's a lot of people saying, oh, well, you're not that, so how can you? I mean, of course, I definitely think there's room for everyone in your support team. I always find, you always hear a lot of married people say, oh, well, they're not married. How can they tell you about being married? Yes, there are certain things that, under that, somebody else that's committed. There's something to be said about people that are all going through the same experience, right? The pressures that come with that, the experiences that come with that, the things that you feel while being involved in that. So I think that is.
That's why I said I definitely think he can, maybe age.
Right.
Something that they're going through. Because he's been through it. He was in a long-term relationship. 9 years they was married, right?
Right.
He was married. They did have the ups and downs, good, the bad, and ugly, all the good stuff. So he definitely can give some good advice, I believe.
Right. And I also think that it's good to have people that are not necessarily that maybe have had other things but didn't quite reach to your level of things as it too, because you always need something that can add a different perspective. So I think, in your brain trust, in your area of expertise, I think it's good to have people from all over. It's just, if that's somebody that you trust, it doesn't matter, what they've been. But I do think it's important to have somebody at least, even if they haven't been married, if they're in a long-term relationship, usually people that aren't able to commit and stay in long-term relationships, they don't really know what you're going through. Hold on a second. Whoa. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, ladies. It's Vanetta.
Hey,
Hey,
Vanetta. Hey,
Vanetta.
girl. Hey.
Okay, y'all know I love Nas. That's short for
Yes.
Married at First Sight. Girl, I love the show, love the show, love the show. You know what? I'm really interested to see what he's gonna bring to the table. Now, did it say in the article if he's replacing somebody, or
Yeah.
are they just
Yeah.
adding him?
No, they're replacing Dr. Viviana. They're putting him in and
Interesting.
I
She
know.
said interesting.
Yeah, they're putting in him and another like psychotherapist.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, I'm a little upset that they're getting rid of Dr. Viviana because I really liked her take because she did not play. So I really did like her. So I'm a little disappointed they're replacing. But I'm interested to see the dynamic he brings to the table.
Mm.
You know, he's younger, like Dr. Viviana. So
Yeah.
I think that'll be something good for the couples.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you have Dr. Pepper and I forgot Pastor Cowell. They're older, so I'm really interested to see the dynamic that he brings to the show. And I already saw some clips of this season, the new season. So I think they're gonna be a hot mess. So this may really, really be good. I'm excited about it. Actually,
I'm gonna have to watch. What is come on that?
It's on Lifetime.
I'm gonna have to watch because I never watched the episode.
So listen, so it's Married at First Sight, but they also have Married at First Sight, and I forgot where they're gonna be next. I feel like they're gonna be Houston. I can't remember.
No, they're going to the West Coast. They're going to be in San Diego.
Oh, okay, they're going to San Diego, but they also have Married at First Sight Australia. Now, I'm going to say real quick, Australia to me is better than the U.S. version because them people down under, they will curse you out in a minute. You hear me? They give zero, you know what? I love it. I love the Australia one, I think, almost better than the U.S. version. And the Australia one, they be having like sometimes 10 couples. The couples they be hooking up. Sometimes the wife be cheating with the husband of another cast member. It's crazy. I like the Australia one better, actually.
But that is here for all the shenanigans I see.
I'm partial to Married at First Sight, the American version. But I'm really interested to see this dynamic. I think he does bring good information because I don't always feel that an expert needs to necessarily currently be married. I feel like I'm an expert and I'm no longer married. Okay? But I think also he'll know from a different perspective, okay, what he could have done differently, what he should have done differently. So I think that might help the couples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure. It definitely will. I want to see. I mean, I've never really seen him do anything. So, I mean, I guess whatever he brings.
I've seen him pray and stuff. I've seen him pray and stuff like that. I've seen him pray. No, I'm not laughing at him praying. I'm just saying I've seen him pray or whatever. But, you know, also, yeah, seriously. But so, yeah, I am kind of excited to see. And even like, you know, Dr. Pepper, yes, she's married. Pastor Cowell's married. And so is Dr. Viviana. But Dr. Pepper had revealed that her and her second husband, they don't even live in the same home.
Oh.
What?
Well, okay.
See, that's how you know I'm a fan. They don't even live in the same home. She said that, like, maybe like last week or a week or so ago, whatever. They do not live in her and her second husband don't live in the same home. They both had kids from previous relationships. And she said it works. She said, and for her, it almost makes her miss him more. So when she sees him, the excitement is a little more heightened. See, that's a relationship I could get down with. You have your place and I have mine. I'm just saying.
No, I need to see you. I ain't got to see you.
I mean, maybe we could be in the same house, but you definitely need to have like a separate bedroom.
But now that you are.
I know. I was hearing about people doing this. They have separate. Some people talk about they have separate beds.
For a lot of women in my family, it's a way of life. Most of my aunts is like that. My father's parents, well, I hope my aunt's not listening because sometimes she be creeping on the low. But a lot of my aunts is like that. My grandparents were like that. They just like slept in separate rooms or whatever, or separate floors of the house. So, yeah, I mean, he could be in the house, you know, because I want him there, but I think
from what
separate bedrooms.
But what I've heard, like back in the day, that used to be like normal.
No, yeah.
Because you know when they say like the I Love Lucy and thing like that, like
well, I mean, they slept in the same room, just in separate beds. Up to a certain point, and then it was a big thing when they actually was in a bed. People was like, right.
So it seemed like it came from that. Like people, well, not came from that, but that was like normal for people to be sleeping in separate beds. So maybe it just kept on going with some.
and drop my 25 cents on that.
Thank you. Thank you for your 25, girl. We appreciate 25.
Banana made a deposit.
Right,
girl.
yes, honey. Thank you for the 25.
Love that show. I love that show. I can't wait for the new season to start.
Okay. Do you know when the new season starts?
I believe it's starting next week, I think. I got to double check. I'll text you later. But I think it's starting next week.
Okay, so y'all always hear us talking about.
This past season was a hot mess. This past season, it was a mess. So yeah, and they just finished the reunion, the second part of the reunion for last season. So I'm thinking they may give it a break, and then start again next week. I realize a lot of stuff is starting like the first week in June.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I have to go watch.
The Australia one is going on now. The Australia one is still going on right now.
I have to watch the second part of the reunion. The reunion kind of like was a little boring to me, but okay, Vanetta, thank you for that, Thanks, girl. We appreciate you.
Yes.
All right, have a good day.
Bye,
you too, babes. Bye, girl. Bye.
I can't with Vanetta. I love her. I have to call her later.
The show because it seems kind of interesting.
The concept is so interesting. I like it, but I mean, I think because you almost feel like an expert yourself because you're like, I want to see who's gonna stay together. And
okay, so let me get it. These people never met each other,
right?
And they get married the day they meet.
Yeah,
they don't know anything about each other either.
No.
Interesting.
They don't know. Okay, so they know that they've tried out for the show. Okay. So they have to fill out like supposedly it's like this really intense like information, like what do you want your partner to look like, all types of stuff. Right. Then after they finish that, they find with whatever algorithm people that they think would be good for them, the person that would be compatible with them, and then they just tell them. I guess the producers call them and be like, Barbi, we found you a husband. So then you'll be like, okay. And then you go pick out your dress. Do they pick out the dress? Yeah, they go pick out the dress. And then, then like the next day, it's like all within a week.
Oh, wow.
And then like, I guess I'd say you find out on Sunday. By Friday, you tell your family. Then they do a special where you like break it to your family. And you tell your family, you would get all your family together and
Girl,
be like,
my family would not go for that.
So it's so funny because you see the families like reactions. The families are like, so you don't know this person. And, usually the moms are like upset. They're like, why would you do this? Blah, blah, blah. You don't know them. And, they're, a lot of people have the same thing. They're like, I'm tired of dating and I'm ready to be married and I just want to be married. That's what a lot of their motivation is. To do the show. Because they're like, I'm tired of dating.
And what season are they in now for the American version?
I think they're in like season 15. It's been running for a long time. I think this summer will be season 15.
What girl must be? See, I don't watch a lot of TV, so I wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah. So it's been out a long time.
And how many relationships actually last? Okay, now the reunion shows.
There's probably like 4 or 5 couples. There's like usually like 5 or 6 couples, and I would say at least 1 or 2 of them at least stay together at the end. I've known about the show for a long time, but I've only like really been consistently watching like these last 3 years, because by the time it gets so deep in, it's kind of hard to follow the stories. But and what I've seen is like it'll average like 1 or 2 couples per episode that actually stay together. And it's even better now, all this social media, you can find out faster like how their relationships are going and things like that. So I definitely like the concept. It's something to, and some of them have even went on to have kids together. Like that's they're together.
Googling to see if any of the couples still was married from like the previous shows.
Yeah, in the lifetime of the show, I think a lot of couple, there have been a lot that have had babies. They're still together, which I guess kind of makes sense, and it kind of makes you, believe in, that. I know everybody always talks about it.
Okay, Jamie and Doug from season 1, they still married.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely evolved. If you watch season 1, you can watch it on
2014. Season 1 came out, so just in case y'all want to know that.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah. And you can watch. It's on Lifetime, but if you don't have, if you have cable, you can get it on like the Lifetime TV app. Yeah, you can get it for free. You just have to hook it up with your cable provider. Like just put in your cable information and then boom, you can watch it. Yeah, it's a good show. I think it's one of the better reality TV social experiment type things. It's because I think too it deals with a lot of real life relationship issues. And it's almost like you can get a little free therapy. Find out what's going on.
The same thing. Let me see what they tell these people.
Yeah, because then after they get married, then they go on their honeymoon, and then they move in together for like 2 months. So, and then at the end of that, they have to decide if they want to stay together or get a divorce because they're already married.
Right.
So you find a lot of different
in my
stuff
case, it'll be an annulment because we ain't consummating nothing.
Right. They've had couples like that they don't want to.
Right.
And
I don't know you, bro.
And the experts will say, like, you're married, you guys can have sex.
I know, but I ain't because I don't know him. So he gonna have to wait.
He gonna have to wait.
Just in case in them 60 days it don't work out, I could annul this here mess, and it has never occurred. It never occurred. It's gonna be like eraser have marked the mark off my record.
Barbie got an escape plan.
Listen,
she like this ain't gonna be a marriage. I know what makes a marriage, and this is what we ain't gonna do.
Married at first sight. We talking about.
Yes. So sign up. The new season is starting, and I'm gonna be talking about it probably. So y'all can start with me now. It's probably
saying no. I want to test the eggplant out. Okay.
I know. Yeah.
I am not mad at you.
You know what I'm saying? Might as well do it with my husband.
That's your husband.
Yeah. But that also becomes a tricky situation too, because sometimes they be ready for it, and the other person is like,
right, like me. I would be like, I don't know you. And we got separate beds, please.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know him yet.
Barbie wants separate beds. Yeah, they do come with 2 bedrooms.
Right.
The apartment that they move into.
Let me get to know you. Like, I just met you today. That's like hooking up with somebody at the bar you just met. Like, in my mind, that's what I feel like.
Yeah, but I mean, after a month or so. Like, the people that be holding out, I'm like, you know them already.
If it's chemistry there after a month or so and it happens, so be it. Then
listen,
I can't get the
if you look good, it's going down our honeymoon. Close the door.
Turn off the lights.
Do it now. I'm with my husband now. Because I've been out here doing it for all these years. To finally do it with my husband. Let's go, sir. Yeah. This might be the only time I have a husband after this show. And that's what I think too. Does that bring down because sometimes people, because I thought about doing like a dating show, right? But then I was like, people that look at people who do dating shows, like, I want to know, does that help you after you've been what if you've been on a dating show and you get eliminated or don't find anybody or whatever.
What did you learn from that show?
But now your dating life after, people are going to be like, oh, you're that girl from that show. Mm-hmm. Like, you desperate. Okay. Or do they just
what
think.
What do you want? Marry with whatever it's called.
I can just be like, I was a paid actor. Like,
right.
that
girl,
whole show
paid for that.
Yeah, that show is fake.
Got paid for that. Oh, do they get paid for that?
Right. I would.
I wonder, did they get paid?
Oh, no. The Married at First Sight people.
Yeah.
No, they get like a stipend. First of all, when they do their shooting days, they shoot for 12 hours a day. Mm-hmm. They get maybe they said it's $100. And the people they still have to work and go to work and do all the regular stuff. Labor. And yeah, they don't get really any money for doing the show.
Do they? So I'm giving you all my time and they don't even at least pay the bills?
No.
So when they move to their apartment, they still got.
Yeah, I think they get a couple $100 a day.
That is
like
an
extra
good,
type stuff.
Good deal.
Yeah, so they still gotta pay.
The show
stuff.
making all that money, you are making nothing.
Yeah, and I think when they do because they have them go on dates and sometimes do group activities. I think the show probably pays for that, but they don't get any extra stuff. Mm-hmm. And I wonder, that is one thing I didn't want to know. Do they buy the engagement rings or does the show provide them that? I think the show provides the engagement rings. They better be providing
everything. The house, the money. Opening up our lives to the world, and you're not compensating me for it?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not.
The 2 months that you're staying in their apartments, you still have to, pay rent at your other place and stuff.
Right.
So,
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Girl, you're trying to get me evicted. Because I'm here, not making any money. No.
Barbie's no. So to me, that does show that there is a lot of editing probably that's going on because you don't even really get to see these people in their lives like that. These are scheduled days and all this other stuff. So yeah, I found that out. Oh, Oh, that was. We have Vanetta calling back. Hello. Go ahead again.
No, I wanted to call back in about this.
Okay.
Hey, Vanetta.
Hey, Barbi. Okay, because when you were saying about not getting paid, ma'am, remember the goal is to find love.
I understand that. But Vanetta, Senny just said they still gotta pay the bills and they old apartments. Girl, wait a minute. I am.
So you gotta think you're going on the show to find your forever love. That's the purpose of the show. So yeah, they give you a little stipend thing, but they're not paying you to go on the show because then what will be the purpose of the show, right? You're there to really find love, right? So that's why they still go to their jobs. They still take care of those things. They decide where they may live after the show because before, years ago, they didn't provide these apartments for them. They just started doing that like a handful of years ago where they give them like a mutual apartment. They just kind of started that a few seasons back. Yeah, before they was definitely living in each other's homes or whatever the situation.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, they used to live it. That's what I said. I said they used to move into each other's apartments.
Yes, but I think they did this so everyone would be on kind of like even playing field.
Neutral ground.
If you staying in somebody's house, they may be like, well, I want my things this way or whatever. This way, they going into a new apartment with a clean slate on both sides. But the premise is, Barbi, to find your forever love.
I understand that, but in the meantime, I might be getting put out of my regular house because I'm over here with you for 12 hours
What a lot of people do is a lot of them, I realize a lot of them sublease their places while they're on the show.
Okay.
Because remember, this is not what we see is the show starting, but there's a process leading up to that. So you get certain things in order or whatever the situation in case you are selected to, go on the show. So they'll sublease or rent out their places and stuff like that. Some of them make enough money where they're able to afford to pay the rent at their own place and still, be on the show. So it happens like that in different ways.
Oh, well, thanks for that. But even still, I was like $100.
Like, what's $100?
I'm on a show. I'm contributing to your franchise. You can give me,
Right. Okay.
But they making millions off my back, and I'm not getting anything.
But you also elected to go through the application process and be on the show. You know how many thousands of people be applying for this show? I'm about to apply. Hook me up, Dr. Pepper. Hook me up, Dr. Pepper.
Vanetta, you
Okay, Vanetta. Well, thank you for putting some perspective on that. We appreciate you.
I love the show. I love the show. All right.
Bye, girl.
I'm weak. I mean, I hear you, girl, but let me give.
I'm gonna need more than $100.
I'm gonna be enough for a nice little trip or something. What am I doing with $100? It's like a consolation prize. Speaking of $100, a man who won a $10 million lottery prize is sentenced to life in prison for a fatal shooting. This is a little more than $100.
A whole lot more than $100.
A North Carolina man who won a $10 million lottery prize in 2017 has been sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the 2020 fatal shooting of his girlfriend. Michael Todd Hill, who is 54 years old, was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced Friday for the killing of 23-year-old Kiana Graham of Navassa. Where? Graham was reported missing on July 20th, 2020. Wow, it's the thick of COVID. She was later found dead in a hotel with a gunshot wound to the back of the head. In a news release, prosecutors said surveillance footage from the hotel showed Hill was the only person in the room with Graham. They said Hill later confessed to shooting Graham after she had been texting with other men while at the hotel.
Damn, girl, you got busted.
That's ridiculous. Hill, who won $10 million from a scratch-off ticket in August of 2017. At that time, Hill was described as a nuclear power plant worker and said he intended to use his lump sum winnings of over $4,159,000 after taxes. They took like half of it in taxes.
You pay half. Well, when you get annuity, I believe they give you half, and then you got to pay taxes on the half that you get.
Yeah. He wanted to use his lump sum winnings to pay off bills and help his wife's business, but they do say that they have no marriage license on the books, so they don't know who he was referring to at that time. So, I mean, good. I mean, that's what you deserve. I mean, I don't know how you win this amount of money and you go to killing somebody. Or even if he still had the money. I mean, $4 million.
So, dude, you a millionaire. You worried about this broad texting somebody. You could have just left her. Like, the hell? Just leave now. You a millionaire in jail. Right. You ain't going to ever be able to spend the rest of your money, stupid.
We don't know if he... I know. I'm wondering if he even has this money. Because, they say them people that win the lottery,
they go broke fast.
They blow through it. So, that's really, that's stupid. And you're where you deserve to be. I don't really know what else to say about that. Get these guns under control. I guess
not enough money to buy the jail out or be the warden, honey. You're gonna need a couple more than that. A couple more. Add a few more zeros to that million.
And he probably didn't even have an alibi. You the only one in that room. You the one that put the room in your name.
Okay, use your credit card. Stupid.
Yeah. So he's where he needs to be. This story is unfolding. It's very heartbreaking to me. I hate it. An unarmed pregnant black woman in Missouri was shot 5 times by police while fleeing a suspected carjacking. An unarmed pregnant black woman named Leanna Hale was shot 5 times by police officers in Kansas City, Missouri. According to an eyewitness identified only as Shidanja, said Leanna had her hands up in the moments before officers shot her in the parking lot of a Family Dollar, actually on Friday, May 27th. They said that Hale was attempting to run away from officers when they shot her 5 times. Leanna had actually been filmed laying in a pool of blood after being shot by officers, responding to reports of an armed carjacking. The eyewitness filmed the incident and can be heard yelling loudly. They described the scene where officers opened fire on a woman who allegedly posed no threat. She told sources that when she arrived at the store, she heard officers yelling, "Get out of the car," to 2 people in a vehicle next to hers. A man had got out of the vehicle and allegedly jumped a fence and fled while 3 officers ran after him. Leanna reportedly got out of the vehicle with her hands up. And the eyewitness said that when officers told Hale to get on the ground, she told them that she was pregnant and couldn't. Leanna then started backing towards a fence, and several officers approached her with their guns drawn. The eyewitness said she did not pull out a weapon. She did not even have anything in her hand. They had taken just 3 steps to run away from the officers when they fired 5 times. However, the force was unable to confirm. The nearly 4 days after the incident, investigators had started denying the claims that Leanna had been pregnant and unarmed. A Sergeant Andy Bell of the Missouri State Highway Patrol said that, yes, she was armed with a handgun, holding the gun in her hand. However, the force was unable to confirm if she had pointed the gun at officers before the shooting, which was captured on more than one body cam. A spokesperson for the prosecutor's office said they don't believe that she was pregnant. The spokesperson said investigators are still awaiting confirmation of the pregnancy and that it was not immediately clear if Hale had made the claim to officers, as the witness had stated. The 2 officers are being placed on administrative leave. And I have, every time I don't know if the link that I have for the video, it's broken. So I never seen the video. I kind of don't want to see that. Her name is Leanna Hale, Leonna. So the story is still developing. I think that it's definitely unfortunate, and I think if somebody has their hands up, you should know if they have a gun or not. It's really disheartening, and I hope that they get the officers, the officers that are responsible for this. I hope that they're charged and held accountable. Definitely, again, it doesn't even matter, if you have a gun or not. You're supposed to be trained in this situation. You guys are dealing with hostile people. You should know about that. And it just always seems it's an unarmed black person that gets all this death and all this fire and all this even aggressive, because again, you could shoot someplace else or you don't have to shoot so aggressively. But they continue to do that.
The thing is, it's a woman. Like, it's a little woman. You guys are big ass men. You couldn't chase her and just handcuff her. Like, and that's the thing with American police officers. You guys are so quick to draw your weapon and shoot, as opposed to exploring other avenues to detain a suspect. And half of it is really uncalled for. It isn't necessary.
Right. And then you have the officers in Texas that are still under investigation in the Uvalde shooting, who didn't even go into the school building for 40 minutes while the shooter was in there shooting people.
Ridiculous.
So, I mean, I don't know what these police are here for and you have the whole force behind you to go in there and deal with things like this. Mm-hmm. And instead you choose not to. So to me, I don't know what the police are here for. They shoot and kill when they feel like it. We talk about the bad cops, the good cops. I'm just tired of it all. They all need all types of reinforcement, all types of changes, all types of everything. And that's just, it is what it is. And again, it just goes back to more gun violence.
And as you said, you definitely know if someone has a gun in their hand, if their hands is in the air. So please stop with I wasn't unclear she had a gun. What?
Y'all don't care if they had a gun. Y'all just like to shoot black people.
Right,
just say that.
on.
If you want to become a cop so you can shoot black people, just say that.
Try to get away with it. Just say that.
That's fine. All the rationalizations are ridiculous. A bear charged through a Wisconsin house window. A couple, talk about communication and teamwork. A couple stabbed it with a kitchen knife and shot it as their kids slept. A Wisconsin couple say they killed a bear that attacked them inside their home after they spotted it eating from their bird feeder. The attack happened around 11 p.m. and Friday night at a home near Medford in north central Wisconsin. The couple told authorities that a black bear charged through a window after they yelled at it to go away. Apparently, both the husband and wife were injured before they were able to stab the bear with a kitchen knife. Eventually, the man was able to grab a firearm and kill the animal. The man and woman were treated at a hospital for several bites and other injuries before being released. The couple's children were asleep in their bedrooms at the time and were not injured. The sheriff's office said the bear was an adult female and one cub was seen running off as the bear ran toward the home. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources took the bear for testing. Last month, the wildlife officials asked the public to report any black bear den locations they find across Wisconsin to support a new research study. Wisconsin's black bear population is considerably higher than it was 3 years ago. The state's bear population was estimated to be about 9,000 bears in 1989, while the most recent data indicates the bear population is currently estimated to be more than 24,000 bears. So I guess that's good or not. Are they reproducing as often as you guys like? Right. I don't know.
Is it normal?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they're endangered in any way. So. Right. But maybe the people shouldn't have yelled at it if it was just eating it if it was just eating from a bird feeder.
Y'all should mind your business. He was minding his, eating the bird food.
He was just minding his business.
Or she was just minding her business.
She was minding her business, eating, trying to get nourishment, and y'all are telling her to leave. And she was like, oh, y'all talking to me? You want some of this?
She was just a black bear. This hard world trying to get some food to feed her babies.
Right.
That is it.
So that's really unfortunate for the bear. I don't know if you've ever had.
They killed him because he was black. They didn't have to do the bear like that. He was just looking for food.
Yeah. I don't know if I could ever stab anything like that. Like stabbing a bear, like a
flights
person.
Or fights, your reflexes will kick in, Cindy.
I feel so bad. I'm so glad I never had to deal with anything like that.
Let me tell you something. Because Barbi fighting.
You gonna fight a bear, Barbi?
Right. If it's at my house, and it's either go, it's either go eat me alive, kill my little butt, slash my little throat, okay, or I'm about to get a few in. You know, a few jugs in. You know what I'm saying? Senny, I gotta fight.
Barbi, I'm not stabbing no bear.
Girl,
I'm sorry.
Don't gonna come out like, girl, listen, you better get it before it gets you.
I don't think that's gonna be happening with me anytime soon. I would run. I think I would be like, oh my God, there's a bear in here. And I would like go into one of my bedrooms or something like that. Have you guys ever, one time, okay, I'll tell you guys a quick story. One time my mom, she like comes out of the room and she's like screaming and she's like, oh my God. And so I came to see there was a bat flying around our house, a huge bat. And so my mom, she came downstairs and she got me with a blanket and we like ran upstairs and locked ourselves in the room, and my dad went out to go fight it, and he actually knocked it out with a pan, like a frying pan. Like it was a cast iron.
Oh, he got a good knockout. That cast iron pan to knock it. Yeah, that baby was hard.
Yes, and I think I had like just learned about bats like in school, and I was like telling my dad not to throw anything at it. I was like, they have sonic echo hearing.
They go to hear it before you even get.
They can know, like, they go through the sound waves or whatever. And my dad, he had on like this really crazy getup. He had on like, you know, those goggles that you wear so like nothing flies at your face. He put like those on. He looked crazy. He was like in his underwear. Like this was early in the morning. It was real wild. Yeah, but he ended up knocking it out with the cast iron, and then he like threw it outside. And I was like, oh my God. I was so upset. I actually started crying because I was upset that he had killed it, and it looked so like it was big. It was like a bat.
Things we have all kinds of diseases. You worried about it killing it. You been worried about you and not get rabies or something.
I know, but then he closed up the chimney. He said that's how it probably got in. Yeah. So you guys, if you have chimneys, just be careful. I was hoping that he would shoo it outside, you know, but I guess my dad had other plans. If you guys have ever had any animals in your home.
We've had a bear in the house once. I wasn't there. I'm at work, and I get a phone call from my ex. He was not the panic. He was the panic type of person. I was the calm one.
Yeah.
And he, oh my God, baby, it's a bear in the house. I'm like, well, get this out. Get it out before I get there.
Right.
He like, yeah, we had a neighbor who loved all wildlife. Like, Dad is here. He's trying to get it out now. It flew in. Well, how did it fly in?
How the bear fly in the house?
I mean, the bat. They don't normally come out in the daytime, right?
Like, the bat.
It was a bat. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a bear.
Girl, hell no. No, it was a bat.
Oh, it's a bat. Oh.
And I'm at work. I'm like, well, y'all need to get up before I get home.
Yeah, the bats, I guess, are common out here. You guys have to be careful of them. Very common out here. So, yeah, keep the conversation. Let us know in the chat room, in the group page, if you've ever had wildlife in your home. This Wisconsin couple obviously did what they needed to do to take care of their family while their kids slept, and they out there fight for their life.
Right, kids sleeping. Like, I thought I heard something, but I thought I was dreaming that, Mom.
Right.
That was y'all fighting the bed for your life?
That's how it always happens. These kids be oblivious, and I'm over here fighting for my life.
Right. Cindy, Princess said, Cindy is done confronting wild animals after the dog tore her ass up 3 years ago.
I know. Well, to me, that wasn't wildlife. That was a dog in need. But apparently he must have had rabies or something. Thank you for bringing that up, Prentice. Right. I truly appreciate it. No, but it's been a great show, you all. We will be back tomorrow with more show for you guys. So we appreciate you. We're gonna look over here. We're gonna say bye. Definitely follow us and put everything up.
And Cindy, I think the bird did try to fly because I've been watching the birds the whole time. And they've been like flapping their wings, and so I think he did.
Oh
like,
wow!
Fall out the nest.
Yeah, he must have.
Ting.
So and he hasn't been back the whole show. So you guys have to come back tomorrow and see if the other ones are still here.
He gone.
I'll take a video for you guys.
Bye guys.
But bye. See you later. Bye. Share the show.
Yes.
DJ Younganut. If he ain't playing, I ain't staying.
It's Shawn Harvey featuring Senny J along with our co-host Barbi Cologne on Comedy World Net Radio.
Hey guys, it's Barbi Cologne from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team on Comedy World Net Radio.
This is Senny J from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Catch us on Comedy World Net Radio.
Who is it? It's Young and Nut, and I'm doing them.